Hello everybody, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com.au. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Sydney, Australia. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'd like to thank those that have subscribed to my channel recently. Thanks for coming on board, I really appreciate it. And those who have already subscribed, I can't thank you all enough for your support, your comments, everything. So I'm so appreciative. So thank you all so much. For today's project, if you are interested in any of the products, they will be available in my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. So today I'm going to show you a thank you card, and I'm using the beautiful Bouquet stamp set bundle, and it comes with as well the Bouquet bunch framelits dies, and this is what they look like. So we'll be using the combination of the two, and I made this card for my fellow demonstrator friends. For a couple of them, we participate in a swap every month, and this is what I made for them, but I'm just going to vary it a little bit. And I'm also going to feature today the thanks so much from the sweet Cupcake stamp set. Love this stamp set, and I love this one as well. So they're both available in our annual catalogue. I absolutely love these stamp sets, very versatile. So I'll get started on our project, and I will show you all of the things that I'll be using as we go along. Okay, otherwise it'll just take too long. So what I'm going to bring out now is a piece of Sahara sand cardstock. This is half an A4, and then I've scored it in half. Now I've had this already pre-cut and pre-scored, so I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to grab my bone folder now and burnish that score line. And I'm going to do some fun stuff today with this, so I hope you like it. Okay, so we've got our card base here. I'm just going to grab my craft mat, because I like it because it's plastic and it has a grid. Now with this, I'm going to be using the Brick Wall decorative mask. This comes in a pack of 4, and it's called Pattern Party Decorative Masks. It also comes with some clouds, like a diamond pattern, as well as that medallion. So yeah, these are really cool, I like that. And we're going to feature today some embossing paste. And we've got these little, what are they called, spatula, palette knives. They're all available in our annual catalogue, so this is lots of fun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some embossing paste. Okay, just not a lot, just a little. And I'll just put it onto the other side there. And make sure you cap this well. And that way it doesn't dry out. Okay, and just make sure you screw that on really tightly. Okay, so you've got to work pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the mask just right on top of my card base. And we're not going to fill the whole thing, but we're going to fill most of it, and not in a full-on pattern. So you'll see what I mean. So we'll just apply now the paste. And a little goes a long way with this, which is wonderful. So I'll just provide a really nice background. I might just get a bit more paste, because I don't think I put enough. So I'll just grab a little bit more. Okay, and I'll hold that down again and go over the top of it all. So I'm going to kind of do it like in a diagonal. Give it a nice good coverage. And it dries pretty quickly, so I'll do this as the first thing, and then we can get onto the other elements of the card. So give it a nice even coverage of embossing paste. And right down here too. Shouldn't take long, doesn't take long at all to do this. Any ones you haven't used, I'm going to put this back in my jar so I can use it again next time. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to remove the mask really quickly. And there we have a beautiful background there with the brick wall. So I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to clean my decorative mask and my palette knife, and I'm using just good old baby wipes for that. So I'll just be cleaning this and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished cleaning those, the palette knife and the mask. Just make sure as soon as you finish using your mask and your palette knife that you clean it straight away. Usually baby wipes on their own work very well, or if you leave it on for a while you will need to soak it in some soapy water with the dishwashing soap. So this is all done now, so I'll pop all these away. We don't really need those now. Okay. And we'll get started to certain elements of the of our card. Sorry, I just lost my chain of thought there for a second. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping, and we're going to stamp this image over here in some crumb cake. So I'll just grab my crumb cake ink and ink it up. And stamp. Okay, that turned out beautiful. And the next image we're going to stamp is the For You, and it's really, really tiny. There's a beautiful tiny little tag that goes with this stamp set, yeah, in the framelits. So we're going to stamp the For You, and I'm doing that in chocolate chip. Make sure I ink that up well. Yep, and I'm just going to stamp that over here. And that turned out great, so I'll give you a close-up look so you can have a look. And I'm just using some scrap Whisper White. See, the stamp perfect. So I'm just going to now just cut that off my scrap sheet here there, so I don't have as much bulk in my big shot. So I'm going to cut those out. Oops, and I'm going to use some Blushing Bride as well. Cardstock, and we're going to cut out a couple of things with this. Okay, so we'll get the little tag, which is so cute. Look how tiny that is. So we're going to get that tag, and we're going to get this little, the wrapper image here. I'm going to get that one on here. Okay, I'm going to put those through the big shot, and then we're going to cut it at the same time. These little flowers. Oops. Okay. Oops. So we're going to be running that through the big shot a few times. So what I'll probably do is end up speeding this up. So I'll bring up my big shot, and I'm using my big shot platform, my thin die adapter. I'm using a cutting plate, and I'm going to just stick all these elements on here and I will cut them out. So I'll just position them nicely on here. Put that towards the bottom here. That one there. And then I'm going to put a sheet of Blushing Bride. And we're going to run this to and from the big shot a couple of times. Okay. Okay, that moved, but that's okay. And here is the little tag. How cute is that? Oh, so cute. Okay, we'll put that away. And I'll just poke this out. So those are the flowers. So I'm going to cut them out about... this die 5 times, which is great. Next thing we're going to get is some Pear Pizzazz cardstock, and we're going to cut these little branches over here. So it's just a bunch of branches. We're going to cut that off. Okay, and that's all come off. So that was nice and easy. And I'll just poke out these little bits, and they come out easily too, which is great. So that's our little, very nice detail, little sprigs there. Okay, so I'll take the big shot away. Okay, and what we're going to do next is we're going to grab some basic black cardstock. This is just some scrap cardstock, and with our sweet cupcake stamp set, we're going to cut this thanks so much. So I'm going to get my embossing buddy. Just going to rub that over the top of the black cardstock. I'm going to get my Versamark ink. Okay, I'll just ink this up well. This is a little dry, so that's why I'll keep on pounding it. Okay, so that's my Versamark ink. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp it down the bottom here. Okay, I'll just look at this closely and stamp. And I'm going to get some white embossing powder. I've got mine in a container because I like the way everything is just nice and neat in here and I don't have a mess. So, do that a bit again, a bit more. Okay, so there's the thanks so much. I'm now going to heat emboss that off camera and I'll be back. Just hold on. Okay, I'm back, and now I've just heat embossed that in white, so that looks really nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring back my card base, and it's mainly dry. It dries really, really quick, so just letting you know. But it's beautiful. I love that effect. Isn't that great? And then look at that on the side. So it's slightly raised. It depends how much embossing paste you put. So we'll put this to the side here, and with this sentiment here, we're just going to do just some cutting. I'm going to make it look like it's like a labeler sentiment. So I'm just going to cut this down a little bit more, trim it off the sides, and make sure that's a little bit straighter. And I'm going to cut the words down, so there's this thanks and the so much, and I'll just straighten out the much a little bit more, cut off a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have that like so on here. I really love that black and white contrast on there. It looks great. So that's that idea there. So yeah, we'll move on. Then I'm going to grab my little bunch of stems there and leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply glue. So I'm just going to use my tweezers for that. Just find it easier to glue when I'm using my tweezers. And so I'm just going to apply the glue now. And I use less glue when I hold my tweezers for some reason. Don't know why that is. Have better control. I love my tweezers. Okay. I've had these for several years now. And I'm just going to pop this down here. Now, with this little wrapper part, it moved when I put it through the big shot, so I'm just going to give it a little teeny tiny trim nothing much, and I'm just going to put that over the top of the twigs there and the leaves. Just applying liquid glue. You don't have to use anything fancy. You can use your Tombow. I've got a ton of this glue, so I'm going to use it all up. So that's my wrapper there done. So just put that there, and going to grab my leaves, my flowers that I cut out before. Just put these over here. Put that there. Just poking out all those little bits that I didn't get to poke out before. And again, it doesn't take long, they come out really, really easily. And do that there. Looks nice, I like that. Looks like a nice, bountiful bunch of flowers there. Looks beautiful. Put that in the middle. And I think that looks stunning, don't you? I love that. So I'll just glue all of these little pieces down. So I might speed this bit up, but you know, you can watch me do this. I love that. Okay, next we're going to attach this little For You tag, and I'm going to put that just over there. So it reads it just there. So I'll just add just some glue just up here. Okay, I'm just going to put that right over there. Bit too much glue there. So I'll add that there. Then I'll add the thanks so much up here. Certain pieces I will angle. It just gives it more interest. So we'll put that thanks up there. Slight angle. Put the so. Like that. And I'll angle the much like that. And like so. So that's the card there so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the little bow. And I'll just get that sticky part off. I'm going to cut this bow out, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use rose red. It might be a bit too much though. No, actually I'm going to use some twine. So just bear with me for 1 second and I'll just grab some twine and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've just got some linen thread, so I'm just going to cut some linen thread. Okay, and I'm going to make a little bow out of the linen thread. So I'm just going to make 2 loops. Okay, then I'm going to loop over the front and underneath through the hole and pull. I'll just make sure I bring the tails down so I don't lose the bow. And for some reason I managed to get just the perfect amount of linen thread, which is amazing. So all I'm going to do is just give this little tail here a slight trim, and there we have a teeny tiny little bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a little bit of glue there, and I'm just going to stick the little bow right in there. And so now our card is complete. So I'll just show you this up close. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this card. So I've got a beautiful big brick background using our awesome embossing paste. I love the look of, might bring this down a little bit more, just like that, yeah. I like the look of, you know, the words cut out with the black. It just looks nice and dramatic. And the bunch of flowers looks just lovely. Look at that. So I cut those out 5 times. So 5 times. That's Blushing Bride, Pear Pizzazz, Chocolate Chip Ink for the For You, and the what was it? Crumb cake for that little wrapper. So I hope you like this card. It makes a great thank you card, obviously, but you can use this for any other occasion as well, even Valentine's, whatever you wish. So I hope you enjoy it and give this a go. It's really fun using the embossing paste as well. All of these products that I featured today, minus the glue and the tweezers, can be purchased in my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. So just to recap, we used the beautiful Bouquet stamp bundle, which comes with the stamp set and the thinlet dies. And we also used the sweet Cupcake stamp set. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for supporting my little business. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I do appreciate every one of you, and I try and get back to everybody within 24 to 48 hours. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.